Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of Meet the Candidates. I'm your host, Jonathan Grabowski. It is fall 2022 election season, and joining me is a candidate for County Commissioner, Alex Bezanson. Alex, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Great. So we're going to talk about county government, the role of the commissioners, but first off, who's Alex Bezanson?
Who's Alex Bezanson? Well, Alex Bezanson, I'm a former Conservation Commissioner in Abington. I served 23 years on the Conservation Commission, 15 as chairman. I then went on the Water Commission, was elected to the Water Commission, and I served a year there, and then I saw an opening for selectmen, so I decided to run in 2015. I was successful. I served 3 years, 15 to 18. 2018, I ran for state representative, so I decided not to run for re-election. And as everyone knows, I was not successful in that race. And then in 2020, in the middle of COVID, there was an opening again, and I decided to run, and I was successful. So I've been on again since 2020, and I'm currently the chairman of the Board of Selectmen in Abington.
Any particular municipal government accomplishments that you're proud of?
Yeah, a few. I'm a type of guy that proactive, I like to call it. I don't want to go to meetings and just approve vouchers and approve licenses. You know, people come to me. I don't come up with all these ideas, but people come to me with ideas. And when I was first on the Board of Selectmen in 2015, a woman from Abington came and said, "I want to do a dog park," similar to something like Marshfield is doing. So myself and another selectman formed a committee, and we ended up getting $200,000 grant from Stanton Foundation, which I believe you guys are doing the same.
Similar.
And we built a dog park. Someone else right here in Marshfield, Matt McDonough, took me to an event one night, and it was on opioids. And it really opened my eyes. And I didn't really know much about it at the time, but this was in early 2015. I had just gotten on the board. And like I said, it was eye-opening, the amount of overdoses and deaths in Plymouth County. So with that, my wife and I formed the Abington Substance Awareness Coalition, which is now Abington COPES. And we have a great board of directors, and we've stepped down as chairman and vice chairman. We're still on the board of directors, but we, have some new people running it for us. And even during COVID, that was we were helping people, and that's probably one of my proudest accomplishments.
Awesome. So, get to why you're here today. So, why are you running for county commissioner?
Well, I want to take what I can do as a selectman and do it on the county level. Like I said, I'm a proactive type of guy. I see an issue or someone brings an issue, and I find a solution for it. And I see some issues in Plymouth County that I want to address.
So what's something that you can take from your municipal government experience and apply it to the county commissioner
Well,
position?
I think with 23 years in conservation, a year and a half on Water Commission, and I'm in my 6th year now as a Board of Selectmen. I know open meeting laws, I know municipal law, and I've also served as the vice chairman of the Plymouth County Advisory Board, so I know the county. So I think that knowledge, that experience is what I'm bringing to Plymouth County.
So we always like to do a little Civics 101 on the show
Okay.
to talk about, because sometimes people don't understand certain positions. So what's the role of county government?
Yeah, so people, that's probably the biggest question, the most often question I get asked, what is a county commissioner? And I explain it in simple terms. A county commissioner is very similar to the selectman in your town, except on a county level. The county owns buildings, the county owns land, the county has a treasurer, we have employees, and the same as the town. So basically, what you have your selectmen doing is what the county commissioners do.
So who do they oversee?
They oversee the Registry of Deeds, the Treasury Department, the Mayflower Health, the pension funds, the employees at the Registry of Deeds. So there is, John Buckley is a registrar, but it falls under the county, Plymouth County.
So Christine James at WATD loves to ask a question kind of in this vein, but why is county government so important?
Well, I think county government can be a lot more important than it has been, and I think it should. And that is always one of Christine James's questions. But I think COVID has taught us that we need to rely on each other. We need to regionalize. We need to regionalize more services. And I think several years ago, people were kind of against that. I have to admit I was, as a selectman. You know, I don't want to give up control of this. But financially, it makes sense for a lot of towns. And we need to look into water issues. We need to look into maybe transfer stations. Abington doesn't have that. Other towns don't have it. Could we do more regional transfer stations, you know, run by the county? And it could actually produce revenue, you know, with the recycling and cardboard and different things. But for all 26 towns to do that on their own, that's one thing I don't think they can do. Right. Veteran services. We have a great veterans agent in Abington, but I know some towns are struggling with that. Could we have someone at the county level that helps out all the towns? You know, things like that, I think the towns would be receptive in doing.
You mentioned water issues. What water issues are there?
Well, I'm not sure what the issues here are in Marshfield, if any, but Abington, Rockland, and several other of the smaller towns have the Pfast problem and drought issues. We did a huge reservoir several years ago and we thought that would solve the problem, and it is not enough. And with the expansion of the former Navy base in Weymouth, Union Point, we need more water and we need to resolve the PFAS issues. Abington and Rockland actually voted $13 million each town to buy filters that will solve that problem. But we still have a water problem. And Brockton has the desalination plant. So is it feasible to buy water off Brockton for these other towns? Right. You know, it would mean infrastructure, and it's not something that would happen overnight. Or is it feasible to look into MWRA coming into some of these other towns?
I think you're like the third or fourth candidate this season that's mentioned PFAS, which is really interesting.
It's a huge problem.
Yeah. What's the biggest challenge facing county government right now, and if elected, how would you address it?
Well, I think the biggest challenge is letting the towns know what the county potentially can do for them with the regionalization of services. And I think that's the biggest issue. I think there's so much the county could do, but we have to meet with each one of the town managers, the town administrators, the mayor of Brockton, and I've said that throughout the campaign. I will meet with all 27 of them and find out what their needs are. There could be some needs out there that we don't even know about, and they bring it up and we say, yeah, well, we might be able to help you with that.
So you're currently on the advisory, the Plymouth County Advisory Board, so you see what the commissioners do. So what's something they're doing well, and what's something that they can improve upon?
Well, I think, and this goes a lot to the treasurer also, I think that they manage their budget very well.
Okay.
I would like to see some changes in that. I think the Registry of Deeds doesn't get quite what it deserves, and they produce most of the revenue for the county. But I think that's kind of an afterthought sometimes. I think they need some more some more revenue going back to them for employees, for benefits, and even for the registrar himself.
Excellent. So, as we know, the county's made up of many towns in one city of Brockton, and they all have their different needs. You know, the needs of Hanover might be different than the needs of Duxbury and Abington. So how are you going to make sure the needs of all these communities are met?
Well, that's why I want to meet with every one of the town managers, board of selectmen, town administrators, and the mayor of Brockton. And I've met with some of them already. I've spoken with Mayor Sullivan. We're actually talking about water issues with the mayor and our DPW in Abington. So that's how you're going to do it. You're going to have to be present at their meetings. They're going to have to know you're there, and that's what I intend to do.
Excellent. So is 3 the right number of commissioners? That's another question that comes up a lot, because there's 3 for all these communities.
Well, I think it's sufficient for now, but if we expand the county doing more services like I'd like to see, I think we need more. And that question has come up before, and I think the number is probably 7. I'd like to see a few at large and then break up the county into districts. So, you know, the Northeast District, the Southeast District, and then 1 commissioner from each district, so you can kind of concentrate and give better services to those 5 or 6 towns.
Great. So we're on the home stretch here. So we always like to have some fun, because a lot of times we're talking about these really deep, hard issues. So what's an Alex Bezanson fun fact?
So I'm an assistant trainer for the Boston Bruins alumni. A lot of people don't know that, and that is really fun. And I get to travel with them, the likes of Ray Bork and Terry O'Reilly and Rick Middleton. And we're bringing some of the younger guys up, Andrew Raycroft and Adam McQuaid's playing for the alumni now. So, I mean, that's really fun, and it's been a great benefit for the South Shore also because of our charities. We've brought them down here. A lot of people got to know them, and they do a lot of good events. They do about 30 charity games a year in and around Massachusetts, New Hampshire. And then before COVID, we were actually traveling to Canada doing charity games, about 20 games a year up there. So, and they're all charity games. Every game they do is for a charity. So it's great that they allow me to carry their bags and get their coffee, but that's a great time.
That's a great one. So in the movie about your life, who plays you?
Well, I guess George Clooney and I are probably, we look so much alike.
That works.
Don't you agree?
That works. I think so.
All right, well,
so
I don't know really.
No, that's a great answer. We'll take it. So if people want to find out more about you, where can they go?
Well, my website is alexbezanson.org. I'm on Facebook at Alex Bezanson for Plymouth County Commissioner, and I give everyone my cell phone number, and that's 781-953-1236.
I always say can't take it with their personal cell phone numbers are really brave. Really, really brave people.
Well,
so.
you know, I think if people have an issue, they should be able to reach us.
Yeah. And then last but certainly not least, why are you the best candidate for this position?
I think I'm the best candidate because I have both the municipal and county government experience for the last 30 years. And I think we need a change at the county government. I think we need some new ideas. Like I said, I'm a proactive type of person, and I think I can bring a lot. And I think you'll see within 4 years after I get on there that we'll be expanding the county government.
Great. Well, Alex, I want to thank you for joining us today and want to wish you the best of luck on the campaign trail.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And that's all the time we have for Meet the Candidates. Until next time, make it a great day.